Yeah, that's okay. That's it.
Good evening,
Good evening,
everyone.
everyone.
Hello, hello, Anok and
Anuk and
Shanika.
Shanika.
Here,
Yes. Yes. Tell me. Yes.
say something.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening, everyone.
It's me,
It's me,
Musana Rahmat
Muslim
from
Rahmat from
Corporate Ambassador
Corporate.
of the Institute of Global Professionals.
And I'm Arnab Dashgupta from Bangladesh, Campus Ambassador of Institute of Global Professionals.
And I am Shanika Sarkar from Bangladesh, Campus Ambassador of the Institute of Global Professionals.
The mission
The
of this
mission of the
institute is to empower people from all over the world, especially the job seekers and the job holders, by providing effective training and consultation.
The mission of Institute of Global Professionals is to empower our students to better their lives and to contribute positively to the organizations and communities in which they work and live. We accomplish this by providing quality higher education.
students locally, nationally, and internationally through our respective campus locations and distance learning format. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals.
People who are joining with us, I'm cordially welcome you all. We hope that the webinar will help you to enlighten knowledge in various theories. Hope you'll enjoy and stay with us till the end.
We already have completed 12 webinars successfully, and our last webinar was on mind management. Today, we are presenting the webinar 13 on team development.
To discuss
To
about this
discuss about
topic, we love to introduce today's guest speaker, Daniel Cheng Zing Liang.
Okay, Daniel was working as a motivational speaker and trainer since 8 years alongside. He has numerous industrial and training experiences in various fields which makes him to energize team spirit and bring positive personal growth.
gain knowledge and experience, he is creating a safe space to help people develop strong life mission and goals.
In addition, Daniel Sir has completed his diploma course in Church Agent Training program in 2019 and has certified for e-Ushang Digital Commerce program.
If you have any questions during the presentation, please write down in the comment box. We are welcoming Mr. Daniel to the Institute of Global Professionals.
From today, we are using an alternative method to ensure the certificate for active participants. We'll share a link of Telegram group on any time of the session, available for 15 minutes only. So it's wanted to have a whole session. So those who haven't downloaded Telegram app yet, please download it. Your job is to join the group with the given link. We'll share the feedback from on the Telegram group. Those who are active will be benefited, and our page inbox service will off from today until further instructions.
All right, what's up, everyone? Hi, this is Daniel here. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, thank you so much for having me for this session. All right, so just a very quick survey with you guys before we actually start. Now, if you can actually hear my voice and if you can actually see the screen right now, I would like you to type Daniel. All right. So if I see the name Daniel coming up, and so I know that you guys can actually see the screen and also hear my voice at the same time. All right, I can see a few people coming up with Daniel. Daniel, hi. Yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome again. All right, great. So looks like majority of you guys can actually hear. All right, so let's move on. So today's session, what I'll be touching on onto the main topic, which is team development. Yep. Once again, I would like to thank Institute of Global Professionals for giving me this platform. Now, I do have a few other topics, but they have asked me to focus more towards these topics. I'll brief you all onto what the program flow will be like today. Now, today there will be four different kind of points that we'll be touching on. The first one is I will be doing a very quick survey with you guys just right before we start the whole entire program. All right. Now, after the survey, I will do a quick introduction about who am I, how I actually started everything, so that at least you get to know a little bit about my background. Yeah. And then we'll go to point number 3, which is the session where I'll be just sharing points to you. This will not be a lecture. This will not be more like a webinar. I would like to call it more like a sharing session. And then comes to number 4. Now, why number 4 is in red color? Because this is very important, where I would like to spend more time answering questions that you guys have about this session and whatever that you guys are struggling in, so that I could help you guys out. All right. Now, let's start with point number 1, which is let's do a very, very quick survey. Yeah. All right. So are you guys ready for the survey? If you guys are ready for the survey, just write survey in the comment box right now. Yep. Just type survey in the comment box if you guys are ready for the survey. Okay. Right, great. So I see you guys already typing in. Let's start with the first question down onto the survey. Now, what I would like you guys to use the comment box right now is this. All right, let's just play some music while the survey is ongoing. All right, now place in the comment section 4 things. I know you guys have already introduced yourself. I would like you guys to put 4 things in the comment section. Number 1, your name attached together with your age and also your current profession. So if you're studying, just put a student in what field. Your job profession, if you're an engineer, just put your name, like for example, Daniel, my age, my profession, trainer, and last but not least, your location. Where are you from? Yep. Please do these 4 things. Now, the main reason I want you guys to do right now, because we are online. Yeah. Now, while we are online, we have a lot of people from all around the world. I would like you guys to network. Now, this is how I had this opportunity to come online, because I posted something online, comment somewhere in one of the section, and IGP actually came up to me and say, Daniel, we would like you to assist. So yes. So use this method right now in this comment section. Someone out there may be monitoring your comments right now, taking a look onto what are you guys doing, and you may have an opportunity next. So this would be the best time to network. All right, great. I see a lot of comments coming up. Thank you very much. Oh, you guys have really, really good energy. All right. Okay, now for the next survey. Now, if you have attended IGP, the Institute of Global Professional program before, press 2. Now, if this is your first time, I want you to type 1. Yeah. Again, if this is your first time attending one of these video programs under IGP, write 1. If this is more than your second time, I want you to write 2. All right, great. So all those who is your first time, we welcome you over to our video session by IGP. And for those who have came here more than twice, well, welcome back once again. Yeah. All right. Looks like there's a lot of mixture. All right, great. Now, the next survey I would like you all to do is place in the comment section once again how you guys are viewing this session. Are you doing like a projected screen, which means going on live TV? Or are you using your desktop? Are you using your laptop, or probably your smart devices? Now, the main reason why I want to inquire this, so that I will know how many of you need time to comment in the comment section. So I will know how to pace my whole entire program out. Yeah. So if you're projecting out doing with a few people, I want you to put A. If you are going through with B, going through your desktop, type B. If you're through your laptop, type C, and smartphone. Great. Gain leadership. Expectation is to be a good and better leader. Someone actually put in, you expect a lot. Yeah. All right. Someone actually put in onto team leadership more. New skill learning, how to be effective, manage team, to gain more knowledge. All right, great. So looks like we have a lot of different comments coming in. All right, great. Now looks like our first part of our program flow is already done. Let's move on towards the next one, which is a little bit of an introduction. Yeah. All right, let me introduce a quick introduction about myself. My full name is Daniel Cheong Ziliang. I'm from Penang, a Malaysian. I did more towards private practice, more towards 12, but publicly for about 8 years. I'm a certified TTT trainer. My favorite hobbies that I like to do is traveling, meeting new people, and food. So do hit me up if you ever come down to Penang, Malaysia, and do leave the comments. Now I'll be keeping track for all of you guys who did put your comments over here. Now, if ever I'm in towards your country, I would love for you guys to take me out because I'm a huge foodie. Yep, I love to eat food. So take me around for a little bit of food tour, and we'll get to know each other in person once when this pandemic has all recovered. Now, on the other hand, a little bit of my MITS training and workshops. I do sales and marketing trainings, communication, soft skills, leadership programs, team dynamics programs, and also team building, empowerment, and diversity, social issue and cultural diversity, and last but not least, mental health and mindset programs as well. All right, now. Uh, to some people and organization, I'm classified to be a coach, consultant, trainer, on all pretty much about the same thing. I do one-to-one programs, private to private companies, sub-organization, NGO, and also international programs as well. But all in all, what is my main objective to do all these programs is this for 2019 and 2020. Yep. Number one, my first objective is to create mainly empowerment. Yeah, now I'm a very strong believer in creating empowerment in organizations and also for personal developments as well. Yeah. Now, on the other hand, the second we have is my second objective is to enhance skill development. Now, not into hard skill, but more towards soft skill development as well. And number three, creating safe space. Now, safe space is a very important tool in wherever you are, which means that even though if you're in towards your own private social life, you need a safe space. If you're in your working environment, you should also create a safe space. Now, all in all, this objective we'll touch on towards our session later on. Yeah. Okay. Now, these are some of the programs that I've actually conducted. Now, my main four pillars of strengths. I have four different topics and also the main foundation. But again, IGP has asked me to focus on to one pillar, and that is more towards team development. But what I would like to call it is called team dynamics. Now, what you can actually expect from this session today is a few things. Number one, I'll be introducing the PET theory. Yep. Can you guys put down into the comment section right now, PET? PED, yeah, just type in PED so I know you guys can actually still hear my audio. Yeah, can I just see you guys replying onto PED? Just type PED down into the comment box right now so that I know that you guys are still able to hear my audio. All right, great. Now, the PET theory basically is a whole entire foundation towards my four pillars. Now, because today we have very limited time, I'll be only touching very briefly onto the PET theory. Now, if you'll be able to use the PET theory today, you'll be able to use it in four different fields. To me personally, the PET theory has touched down and helped individuals, number one, in their personal development. All right. You can also use the PET theory for your work environment as well to enhance your leadership skills. And last but not least, your soft skills, which is your communication skills. Now, throughout this whole entire program itself, there will be lots of group discussions. Okay. Now, number two, hopefully we can also work out the brainstorm sessions. And number three, group presentations. Now, usually my programs are done onto Zoom, but since right now it's live, we'll do a open group presentation, open group discussion as well. Yeah. Now, throughout the whole program, I do have a few house rules, and total there are 5 house rules, and these are the 5 house rules. Now, rule number 1, I want us to recycle energy. Can you guys type energy in the comment box? Energy. Okay, now what do we mean by recycling? Now, I want you guys to keep up this energy right now, where This comment box right now is being very, very active because your energy is transferring through the comment, and I'm going to try to transfer my energy right now onto the screen to you guys. All right. So rule number one is let's recycle the energy. Now, rule number two, I want you to get involved just as much as how you guys are doing right now in the comment box, which means get involved if there's a question or probably a short survey. I want you guys to put in your inputs in. Now, rule number three is I would like you to express your words. Now, usually, if I do video conferencing, I would like people to turn on their webcams and also their microphone so that they can express themselves. But right now, since we are doing live on Facebook, I want you guys to use your words. Yeah, express yourself as much as you like. All right. Now, rule number four is I would like you guys to focus on this. Be respectful. Can you type in be respectful? Respectful. Just type in the word respectful itself. Now, the respect I would like to request for is not towards me, but it's towards your other teams. Yeah. All those participants that we have right now, we have about 453 coming up to 460 viewers viewing right now live. And there will be many different kind of comments coming into the chat box. Now, I want everyone to, as you express yourself, be considerate because other people may be towards a different part of the world and they may look at things very differently. Every single of your words and comments really matter. So I want you guys to be respectful to each and everyone's comments, right? Yeah. And rule number five is say no to distractions. Put away all distractions now. It'll be a little bit difficult for me to ask you to put your mobile phones away. Some of you are viewing this session right now using your mobile phone. All right. So if you have any distractions, I'll try to put it away, but do not turn off that screen. I think we will have a lot of interesting things to cover today. Yeah. So total, there's 5 different rules. There's 5 different rules. Now, at the end of the day, there's only 3 things that I need for you. Now, all I ask from you at the end of the day is keep an open mind, have fun, and last but not least, ask as many questions as possible. Now, throughout the whole entire session, if you have any questions at all, just put it into the comment box. I'm still observing the comment box. I believe even the hosts, they are helping me to observe the comments. So right now, if you have any questions at all, continue to put in. Yeah. So, are you guys ready to actually start the program flow for number 3? If you're ready, I want you to type ready. Okay, if you guys are ready right now, I want you to put ready. All right, you guys are pretty much putting in all the pointers into the program flow, yeah? All right, ready, great. All right, great. Awesome. Thank you very much for rule number 1. You guys right now are recycling the energy and I love the energy. Okay, great. So let's begin. Now, for those who actually attended my program before, all right, I have that one very favorite question, which I found it very powerful because that question has personally helped me to develop who am I today. Because one of my mentors has asked me that question, this powerful question, and that question has changed my life. Now, today I'm going to share that question to you because this is the first question that I have as and when I was preparing this program. And right now, I would like to throw this question to you. The question that I have for you right now is, how can I help? Now, this question, how can I help, was very impactful to me personally because when this question was thrown out to me the very first time, my expression was literally this. What? Exactly like the picture that you actually see. Now, this is a very common reaction, and literally my reaction was this whenever the first person asked me that question, because number one, when that person asked how can that person help me, I was very afraid to say what was the thing that I needed help in, because number one, I was afraid that could it be a sign of weaknesses. Number two, nobody has ever asked me that question. So because of these two reasons, my expression came out towards this. Now, today, this question has been one of my most favorite question and the most common question I use in both of my working and social circle. Now, the best thing about it is, how can I help? That question I enjoy witnessing this same exact look that I once had. Only thing, it's not on my face anymore, but it's on another person's face. Now, if you would like to actually see this expression on someone else's face, even towards your team members, I would strongly encourage you to remember this question, which means next time when you sit down with a colleague or anyone at all, you should ask this question: how can you help? All right. Now, the thing is this: what is the PET theory? Now, the PET theory, if we break it down, I will be using a lot of acronyms for this. One of the first acronym that I'll be touching on, which is the PET theory. Number one, P stands for perspective, the power of perspective. It is very, very important because different people right now have different kind of point of view. Now, number two, expectations. Now, expectations is very, very important as well. Yeah. Because you need to remember one thing is, as much as you expect something from an individual, the other third party is also expecting something back from you in return. All right. And the third one is desire. All right. Now, if you're able to understand the perspective of the person that you're speaking to, the expectations in return, you will be able to understand what that person is truly desire. All right. So just a very, very quick group discussion that I have for you guys. It's going to take about 5 minutes. All right. The group discussion that I have is this. I have two questions for you, and I want y'all to basically use the comment box right now. Again, remember rule number 3, be respectful towards whoever that will be putting into the comment box there, because this is actually very, very important so that I will understand your perspective as well. Now, the first question that I have for the group discussion is, as a group, I would like you guys, I would like not to call you groups, yeah. My team, I would like to call you my team today, because we have about close to 500 parties, viewers right now viewing Facebook onto this live session. So you guys are my team is, or how do you actually define the word team? All right, I see some people putting unity. Team means group. All right. Understanding team development, working towards achieving a single goal, group of people having the same goal. All right. Unity, team is family. All right, Carl, I really like that. Bonded. Okay, great. Team is a group that composed of many people, which is true. Oneness. All right. Working together, team is oneness. All right, great. Unity, group of people. Okay, great. So we have a lot of different comments right now. Thank you very much. Now, the second thing that I want you guys to describe as a team, again, not as a group, yeah, but as a team. To you personally, what do you think the word leadership means to you? All right, put within the comment, what is leadership and how would you define or describe leadership? What does the word leadership mean to you? All right, lead by example, someone that listens and guide. I really like that comment. Thank you very much. So sorry that I miss out your names because the comments are coming in very, very fast. So Leadership means leading the team, which is true. Yep, thank you very much. To take the lead, correct, great. The act of innocence of leading the team, correct. Is precious value and excellent man, correct. Who drive them to know to take directions, correct. Guiding your team. Team is working together. Leadership, guidance, and direction. Okay, great. Leadership, all right. Optimus Prime, looks like I see we have a Transformer fan in the house. Leading one, which is right. Leadership, leading group of people. Leadership means me leading a team to specific. Okay, great. So, okay, great. So, looks like we have a lot of comments. Now, keep the comments coming in, yeah. Thank you so much for the group presentation. Now, basically, when we enter towards an organization, or if you have your own business, we have this thing called the corporate or the corporation hierarchy, yeah. Okay, now, but how many of you guys want to be, do you think that is actually you want to be here, which is the leadership role? All right, if you guys think that you want to actually be right here in this direction, or probably here, one of the main people to actually lead the organization, I would like you to put me. Yeah. Okay, great. Looks like we have a lot of different feedbacks right now. Okay, thank you. I see a lot of me coming up. All right, great. Now, the thing is, before we speak about promotion or leadership, because today's session we are going to touch a lot onto leadership programs, yeah, how to actually develop your team. Yeah. Now, I have a few questions for you guys, which this you don't have to put down into the comments, but if you like to answer it, is by all means. It's going to be a very open session. Now, the main question that I like to ask individuals usually when we speak about leadership is, number one is, are you a team player? I want you to ask yourself, are you a team player? That is the very first crucial question. Yep. Are you a team player? That is the main question first. Now, the second question I want you to ask yourself is, do you really need a team in your work? It could be yes, it could be no. Yeah. Now, I've encountered a few individuals that said no, and quite a number of individuals that actually say yes. All right. Now, if you think that you need a team, why do you actually need a team? Okay, now number 4, I would like you to ask yourself this question again. You don't have to answer again into the comment box, but I would like you to answer yourself is, if you need a team and you have a team, what can the team contribute? Which means that what is the expectation, your expectation from your team to you that they can actually contribute? Number 5, I want you to think about the 5th question is, now your team is contributing something to you. What can you contribute to your team? All right. Now, the 6th question is, are you that kind of person that is willing to sacrifice recognition? Now, as a lot of people, when they say that they want to be leaders or so, they want to basically, at the end of the day, deliver the results and take all the glory. But are you willing at times to sacrifice recognition? Number 6 question is also just as important as number 1. And number 7, I want you to answer yourself. You don't have to put into the comment box. I want you to personally today, at the end of the day, at the end of the session tonight, before you call it a night, I want you to define your finish line, which means that if you're running a team, I want you to define your mission and vision, your objective, and your end goal. Number 7 over here right now, I would like you all to actually get this done by tonight personally. You don't have to put it into the comment box or whatsoever not, but I want you to focus on point number 7. It is very important. Yeah. So tonight, after this session, I want you to define your mission and vision, objective and goal. Now, I'll also break it down on what is the mission and vision, objective and goal today at the end of the session. Now, the main reason why I ask all these questions is We are creating a funnel system. Can you guys put in funnel? Yeah, put into the comment box funnel. All right, we are creating a funnel system because all these questions will help you to define what kind of character you yourself is. Okay. All right. Now, as and when we actually speak about the word team, if we break down into the whole entire thing, like what does T stands for, the acronyms of it, the team is together, E, everyone, A, achieve, M, more. If you agree onto this, put agree in the chat box right now. If you agree onto this term, team, TEAM, together, everyone, achieve more, put down into the chat box. Agree. All right, great. Now, here's the thing. What many people they do not realize and they fail to understand is your team that you actually have right now. Okay, if you're a leader, if you're towards a corporation, or maybe you're running your own business, or you're in towards a corporation and you have a team, all right, what many people they fail to realize is your team is essentially a tool. As a tool, you have two options to look at it. Number one, your team could be your biggest asset, or your team could be your biggest liability. Now, what do I mean by asset or liability? It's more or less like at the end of the day, the outcome and the results really depends on to the handler who actually use it. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you're going to war, and your team is basically like a machine gun or maybe a gun. All right, you have the best weapon in the world, and you have the best bullets. Now, if you yourself as a leader do not know how to control your weapon, it could be a huge liability, and that could actually cause you to be defeated during battle. But if you know how to use your weapon properly, that weapon could help you to win the war or the battle. All right, so right now, your team, I want you to remember that when you have a team, it is either you want to look at it as a liability or an asset, but it all falls down to you as a leader. That is why, to me, I do not look at it more towards like a team development, how to develop your team. But you need to understand that it is all about creating dynamics, that every single of your team members has a unique selling point, your USP. All right. Can you type dynamic in the chat box? Dynamics. Yeah. Now, a lot of people saying, oh, I want a team, which is true. Everybody, pretty much most people actually want to have a team. It is easy to actually start to create and to form a team. Yeah. But what is the most challenging part is basically maintaining it. To develop something better, we need to understand the dynamics of it. Okay. So I like to ask individuals is, why do you want to be a leader? Now, a lot of people, when most of my trainings that I do is more towards corporations, and when I do corporate training, and when I ask them, why do you want to be a leader? They say, oh, because I want the manager title, I want to be the boss of this, I want to lead people, I want to be this, I want to be that. But a lot of people, they fail to understand the position that you hold right now is only a title. Whatever position that you hold is only a title. When it is only a title, right? I just want to give a gentle reminder to everybody right now. A title is only temporarily, which means that any one of us is replaceable. So it is not what you do with the title, but it is more of what you actually do with your soft skill set. A reminder once again that everyone is replaceable. Okay, so the thing is that I'm going to repeat myself over here because I find it very, very important, is that building a team is a challenge. It is not just about creating a team, but how to actually create a dynamic team. So a lot of people, when they say, I want to create a team, but to create a dynamic team, the most difficult part that a lot of individuals find is finding the right fit. So I want you guys to actually define finding the right fit. What is the meaning of finding the right fit? All right. So whenever I ask an individual or someone, when they say, Daniel, could you do a leadership program training or a team development program for my corporation? And when I do my session, I like to ask this question, yeah, especially for leaders that they want to actually build their team. What is the purpose of you wanting to hire, expand, or recruit? Now, I'm going to throw this question to each of you again. What is the purpose of people, of you hiring? Personally, the way and how I actually see it, that there is a certain equation of why people hire, expand, and recruit, which I'll share to you guys very shortly. But I want you to remember that there are two types of people. All right, I want you to put two types in the comment box right now. Two types, yeah. There are two types of people. The first type I would like to call the BID, BID, and the second category of people that I like to call them is called the lead, the LID. Now, what is the bid and what is the lead? The bid is a boss who only instructs and dictates. The lead is a leader who inspires and drives. Now, what are they? If you can actually see, this is a very, very perfect example, which I saw this online and I thought that I would like to actually share. Now, if you would want to be a manager, a leader, or probably a owner of a corporation, maybe I'll change the topic again, yeah? Who would you rather have as your leader, manager, or business owner? Who would you want to work for in a team? Would you rather be in team A or in team B? Would you rather to be in team A or to be in team B? All right, I see a lot of people putting B. All right, great. Now, the sad thing is, even though a lot of people, yeah, thanks very much. Very common. All right, great. Okay, thank you so much for the response. All right. There are some people that okay, we have quite a mix answers. We have some people that goes for A and some people that goes for B. All right, great. Now the thing is this. Now I find it very very sad that whenever I do even training for corporations before I do conduct my workshops or trainings offline previously, I like to do like a analysis, like one-to-one interview, even with with their employees and colleagues as well. And one thing I found very very sad is that a lot of their team members are taken for granted. Now, one of the pointers that I would like to say, what do I mean by taken for granted? Which means that they are working there just for the sake of working. And it is sad to see that most teammates do not know and understand each other. Now, most of my trainings are more towards sales teams, helping corporations to build up their sales teams. Now, when I do my sessions, I usually ask them, now, what can you actually tell me about your teammate A, teammate C, teammate D? The answers that they give me and they can actually provide me is only like a handful. Maybe they can actually tell me about 5 things. But to my surprise, at the beginning, all right, in the beginning, I was very, very surprised. But after doing multiple sessions with different corporations, I found it very, very common locally. Now, I don't know about if it's the same thing that is taking place other parts, but usually the places that I've conducted the sessions, their leaders or team members could only tell me a brief information about their teams. But when I ask them to tell me about their clients, about their customers, they can tell me when their customers' anniversary is, their children's birthday is, when their birthday is, if they have a cat or dog, what's their names and everything. And I'm actually pretty surprised is that we spend the most time in the office seeing our colleagues more than seeing our own family members. All right. And we literally know our customers more than our teammates. So that is a little bit sad to actually see that, again, most teammates do not know and understand each other. Even some to the certain extent, what is even your colleague's favorite color, their favorite food? That simple question they don't even know at all. Now, that is the sad thing about teammates. The even sadder thing is even your bosses or leaders don't even know the teams itself. All right. Now that is a way much more shocking and sadder part. Now, I like to throw out this question, which is the what they call it, what the one husband with 5 wives. All right. Now we tend to look for answers that we actually seek. In all of these questions, we try to look for where to start. Number one, who should I hire to help me to expand the company? What should I do to expand the business? Where should I post up the best post to get more hiring people? All right. Now, when should I expand my business? Why do I need to hire you? How? Now we ask all these kind of questions, but today I want you to focus on the very, very common question which a lot of people we fail, even me sometimes I fail to remember to ask myself and to focus on this, and that is the why. The why comes down towards the reason. That is the main drive, and it'll help you to answer the questions onto your who, your what, your where, your when, and also your how as well. All right. Now, the thing is, today as a leader, my main question to you is, do you have a clear vision? That is a very important question. Before you want to lead a team, do you yourself have a clear vision? For example, early on, I did speak about this equation. Yeah. Now, what does this equation actually stands for? You have a business, you want to expand, you want to hire. Now, what a lot of people they fail to understand is we want to hire because there is a problem. All right. And we individual itself, as an individual people, we cannot settle a huge range of different problems in one go. So for example, like if you are let's talk about F&B. Yeah. You can't run a cafe alone because you can't be in the kitchen, you can't be the cashier, you can't be serving people, you can't be taking orders, and you can't be serving. If you want to cater for, let's just say, about 20 tables, it's a little bit impossible. Now, it's not impossible, but it'll be very, very challenging. So the reason why we want to expand or we want to hire is that there is a problem. All right. Now, in order to solve that problem, we hire individual, which is people. That's where we hire, we recruit. If you are part of an NGO, you want to expand publicity, you recruit more people in. Now, when you hire people or recruit individuals in for that problem, is to how do you want to eliminate the problem is by coming up with solutions. And that is the solution. That is the whole entire equation of why people should actually hire. Now, the sad thing is, as employees, many employees do not see this equation and they do not understand this concept that we are, and a business owner hires an individual to solve a certain problem. All right. But as business owners, a lot of business owners or a lot of team leaders, we hire for the sake of hiring just to get job done. But we always forget the reason is to actually find a solution which we have a problem to. And that is where majority of 80% of leaders, they invest more towards the people. Their main focus is more towards investing in the business and not towards the people. Now, this is why when that actually happens, the 80% happens when you put too much focus, invest just in the business and not in the people. There'll be three common things that will be lacking. The first thing that will be lacking is there will be lack of communication. All right. When there is lack of communication, there will be lack of understanding. When there is lack of understanding, there will be lack of direction and motivation. Now, this is what happens when there's 80% of that problem. Lack of communication, lack of understanding, and lack of direction and motivation. And when that actually happens, the first thing that will happen towards your team members, your employees, or whoever that you actually want to call up, your teammates or whoever, the first thing that individuals will start to feel is, number one, is that they will not feel safe and secure. Now, if you do not feel safe and secure in your work environment right now, I want you to put one. Put number one. Just put the number figure one over here. If you yourself do not feel safe and secure in your work environment right now, I want you to put number one, just one. All right. Yes, I see a few people. All right. Thank you very much for being very, very honest. All right. So sorry. All right. Great. Now, next, apart from don't feeling safe and not feeling secure, the next thing that an individual might also feel is, it'll slowly start to build, is that they start to feel that they are the only one that is pulling the weight and they are the only one contributing towards the team. If you feel that you are the only one pulling the weight and contributing towards the team, I want you to put number two. All right. Now, number three is this. A lot of people, they also start to feel the third thing is that there's a lot of conflict with your peers. And that's where politics actually start to grow, because people do not understand each other. So if you think that there's a lot of conflict happening towards your corporation right now, I want you to put number three. All right. Now, number four is whatever you're doing right now, your work, it is not up to standard. A lot of the management, or even your leaders, your management right now, they always try to find fault with you because they feel that your work is not up to par. All right, great. Now, some of you guys are not feeling it, which means great, that is good. But there are a lot of different people having different answers. Okay, that's great, awesome. Thank you so much for all your honesties, though. Now, number five, s- some people they also feel, now this is also very common, especially in sales industry, that a lot of them they feel that their corporation is robbing them, which means that they've invested so much, but when money come in, they have to use the money to actually spend in other places, to basically build their reputation up towards the, they feel they feel more like whatever come in, I don't have enough to put in for investments to diversify into investment portfolio for my family. It's just enough. And last but not least, the number six is that they feel that at the end of the day, no matter how long they work in the corporation, this is the final feeling that there is no personal growth at all. Now, here's the thing, when all of those actually happens, those six examples, a lot of communications and no direction and understanding happens. That's where each and slowly by slowly you'll be able to identify that your team members will start to actually cut themselves off slowly by slowly. They try to distance themselves. When that start to happen, you'll be able to see a little bit of clear signs, and that's when you'll be able to identify that some of them they are only juggling with time. When they juggle with time, which means that they are keeping their options open, ready to make the next hop, because everyone is looking for the next opportunity to grow. Now, every time when I do interviews, even last time, a lot of people they say, "Now, why should I hire you? Because I want to earn money, and your company can actually provide the income for me. So I'm going to be very satisfied." But it always falls down onto one main thing, which I'm going to touch onto it later on. Yeah. Now, again, now some of you guys just now when I asked y'all to define the word as team, y'all did put in this term, which is family, and looks like we are pretty much onto the same page. Now, I always like to advise every time when I do the webinars or sessions or probably offline sessions, it's just a reminder is do not build a team to let your teammates call themselves as colleagues, but build a solid team that calls themselves a family, which is their second family. Why? I just want to give you a reminder is it's a pity that, you know, a lot of us, we are sacrificing a lot of our time away from our family to be in the office. And we spend more time in the office than with our family. And that is why we need to create more like a family thing. Like, for example, if anything happens to them, it's also important to know what are your colleagues' blood type or probably what food are they allergic to, because you may not know something may happen in the office and you're the next person that could actually save a life in the office. Those very, very small, minute, simple things could actually help a lot as well. So, most important thing to take note is office culture. Can you guys please put in into the comment box right now office culture? That is a very, very important step. The office culture. Now, when I actually say about office culture, before someone actually hires me to do a session for them, before the whole entire pandemic actually started, I would say, could I spend maybe a day in your office just to see how you guys are actually running? And from the office culture, you'll be able to understand how an organization is actually run. So from there, I'll be able to actually see, okay, great. Um, right now, when the individuals actually walk in, how do they actually greet each other? Good morning. How long do they actually hang? Is there like some small communication that they actually will provide? Now, towards the end of the day, when it's about time to leave, do everyone actually leave? Uh, like, is everyone eagerly to actually leave the office, to leave the building? How eager are they? The office culture is actually very, very important, especially how people greet. Some sections which people may think that it is not a huge role, but it plays a very important role in the organization. For example, one of the culture that I like to also see as well is, when you have a helper or a janitor or a cleaner of the office, when when they walk into the station to clear, and some of them they do clear during office hour, do your colleagues actually wish good morning towards them? You know, those are all work ethics. So how does the office culture actually builds? That is also very, very important as well. Now, what a lot of people need to understand is, when you want to create an office culture, the very first brick that you lay, the foundation, is very important, because the first brick, that when you actually lay the first brick, that is the main foundation, that as and when your other bricks are being piled up, it helps you to build your empire. Now, if your first foundation is not strong, your structure will not be strong. If your first brick you laid as perfect as you could, your structure will be actually stronger. Now, to me personally, a lot of people say, Daniel, where do you get your inspiration? And I have a few favorite speakers which I like to actually share with you guys. If you have time, go and look at Tom Bewley, Simon Sinek, Mel Robinson's, Gary V, and Kevin Ray. These are all fantastic speakers. But to me personally, I like one of my most inspirational speaker is actually Simon Sinek. Now, if you would like to know more about leadership, I want you guys to actually try to go and look up on YouTube, get his audiobooks, or probably you can purchase this book. It's actually really, really good. Try to go for this book, either Leaders Eat Last. Now, I would encourage you guys to try to get this book as well. Yeah. Now, for Simon Sinek, the reason I'm not promoting anything from him, but the main reason is I want to share with you guys this quote that he actually says. I found it very, very true. Leadership is not about being in charge, but leadership is about taking care of those in your charge. To me, I find this quote very, very powerful and very, very strong. Now, so as leaders, I want you to look onto different kind of ways. Is that paving a way? You are supposed to create opportunities, create something out of nothing. Just because nobody has actually done it, it doesn't mean that it can't be done. So yes, some of you did actually say that to get more inputs to actually expand. If someone gives you a certain kind of recommendation, try to look at it into their perspective. Probably you may not have actually found a solution, but they may have a different alternative for it as well. Opportunities are not missed, only taken by someone else. So if you do not use your team as a tool, if you do not use that individual as a tool, someone else is going to hire them, someone else is going to nurture them, and someone else is going to make full use of them as an asset. Yeah. So take risks, create a culture, and create a movement. So finding the right fit is basically for you to expect the unexpected. Number one, to gain more knowledge and also understanding what kind of culture and movement you want to actually create. Keep an open mind and always expect the unexpected. Yeah. All right. Now, I just would like to get you guys a very, very quick feedback. Do we need a break for 5 minutes, or shall we actually continue? Do we need a 5 minutes break, or do we actually need to continue? I think I don't want you guys to actually listen to my voice too much. So I want you guys to take a 5 minutes break. Put in whatever comments that you have right now. All right, great. I see someone putting in 5 minutes. Yeah, because some of this session is going to be very, very heavy. Let's take a very quick 5 minutes break, because there seems to be some people putting all right. Okay, so is there any questions so far? I think for some people that wants to take for a break, let's take a very quick 3 minutes break for you guys. Do you have any questions for me so far? Do you have any questions for me so far that I can actually answer while some people actually go for the break? Let's take a very quick 5 minutes, yeah? So while we have the break, let's also go for some Q&A questions if you actually have. All right, great. No questions so far. All right, great. But thank you so much, guys. Your energy so far is really, really great and really, really awesome. Now, I'm gonna put some background music so that while the break is actually ongoing, I'll be here. How to build culture? That is a very, very good question. How to build culture? That will be answered in the second part. Thank you very much. As some of you guys said, very informative. Thank you. How can we build a good team? All right, great. That will be covered onto our next session. Thank you very much, Pamela. All right. How do you define servant leader? Richard, hi Richard. Could you actually elaborate more onto your question, please? How do you define servant leader? And I sincerely hope for you guys not to call me by sir. You can go by my name, Daniel. All right. Let's not make this too formal. After all, as I mentioned, this is not a lecture. This is not a webinar. Let's call this more like a sharing session. I'm just giving a sharing to you guys as this is my personal passion. For a good team development, what will you prefer? Could you actually define this question? Sorry, it's a little it, I would not like to get your name pronounced wrongly, but the person that actually came up with this question for a good team development, what will you prefer? Could you define that question, please? If I am not a leader, how can I contribute to my leader? Very, very good question. Uh, for this, Jacqueline, you to some people that you may not even think that you may be a leader, but somehow, somewhat, just as long as if you think that you already contribute something, you could be the one without realizing, subconsciously helping your leader to actually lead the team just by your actions alone. That will be also covered onto the second session. How to bypass office politics to grow in workplace? All right. That is a very, very good question. It is all falls down onto office culture. So if you do not like the culture, try to find a way to what's the word for it? If you think that a culture needs to be changed, a culture is basically to me, I find it's like a habit. So habits are able to be changed. So if you do not like a certain culture, try to change a certain culture. Stephanie, I really love your session. Oh, I really love you guys. All your energy for the session itself. Basically, you guys are giving me the energy. I'm just recycling your energy from what you guys are providing for me back to you. Still thinking of possible questions. Don't worry, I'm also still waiting for your possible questions as well. What are the three top qualities to be a good leader? That is a very, very interesting question that will be also covered onto the second part as well. How can I actually make unity? That will also cover onto the next session, part two. Still watching from Philippines. All right, great. How do you improve communication skill? All right, that is a very, very great question, Joy. That will be covered on the on the first part in part two. Emily, you're learning. I'm also learning from you guys as you guys are throwing out these questions and feedback. As you guys are throwing these questions and feedback to me, I'm also learning something from you guys as well. What inspires me to be a good sharing person as I am right now? That is a very excellent question. I would like to share my story with you if we have time to extend later on, but I would like to give you guys the pointers later on. So yes, looks like we are now 5 minutes up. So dear organizers, I sincerely hope that later on you can keep track of the questions and we will answer their questions later on as well. So do help me to keep track of for their sessions, and we'll answer their questions towards the end. So guys, remember, now we are going through towards session onto our program flow. We're on point number 3. Let's move to point number 4, where there'll be Q&A questions towards the end. Keep all those questions up and try to narrow down the questions, not to keep it so generic. Yeah. Okay, great. So if you are ready, I would like you guys to actually put down ready in the comment box. Okay, great. So it looks like we are getting a lot of feedbacks onto ready. Okay, great. Okay, now how to get good communication skills. Now that is actually one of my pillars that I do, but today is about team development, but I'm gonna bring that topic over a little bit, yeah. Now, that thing, how you can actually create good communication skills is number one. Have you guys actually heard of this term AIDA? AIDA. If you have, put yes. If you heard of this term AIDA, put yes. AIDA. All right, great. AIDA wasn't actually created by me. I've actually picked it up from somewhere, but I've actually used this for most of my sessions, and it's actually very, very useful. Now, what does AIDA actually stand for? I'll come to that very shortly. Now, why is team development very important and also communication very, very important? Because number one, when we actually work alone, when we talk about personal development, we as an individual person, we know what we want when we want to climb the corporate ladder, which means that the higher we climb, the faster we are going to actually reach the goal. Correct? That is us as us individual. So for us individually, we know how to take the steps. If we go level 1, level 2, we know what we actually need to do for level 1, level 2, and all. Now each steps basically represents to where you want to be, knowing where you and how you actually want to achieve it. Now, if I ask you, what is your next strategy? What is your game plan? You specifically can tell me, okay, what I want to actually achieve, so on and so forth and all. Now, if I also ask you, what is your first move? What's your end goal? You also know what you need to do for you personally. But then what happens is, a lot of people, especially during my team building sessions, for those who were not given the chance as leaders before, and all of a sudden I put a huge group of teammates for them, and I asked them, what is your strategy, what is your first move, what's your end goal? Many of them, they end up to be clueless. So again, a lot of people, they ask how to create attention, urgency, and commitment. Now, a lot of people, they actually ask this question, and I ask those corporations as well. Now, just a note to remember, most of my trainings are done for training sales company. And when I ask them, like for their sales team, how do you create attention, urgency, and commitment for your team? Now, they say, first of all, they do it more towards the conventional way. All right. Now, can you put conventional? If you guys can hear me, so that you guys can actually still hear my audio, I want you to type the word conventional. All right. Now, what is the conventional method? The first method that they do is that they set a competition. You hit this target, you earn this, you earn that. Which team actually earns better, so on and so forth and all. Yeah. All right. Now, the second thing they say, they drive their teammates by money, by income wise. And thirdly, based by your performance and how much you actually earn, we will give you a certain title. So that is the way on how its title is more like promotion. That is how they create attention, urgency, and commitment. So when I speak to them, it's more like, okay, great. So it's more like materialistic. So I ask them, at the end of the day, how do you actually decide who fits for your team? Who is the right fit for your team? And that's when they say most of their review is based on their monthly performance. And again, I would like to actually share with you this quote, which I find it really, really sad, but I find it also really, really true, which is shared by Simon Sinek. Yeah, which is this: in military, they give medals for people who are willing to sacrifice themselves so that others may survive. But in business, we give bonuses to people who sacrifice others. Again, I find this quote very, very, very deep and very, very strong. In military, they give medals for people who are willing to sacrifice themselves in order so that others may survive. But in business, we give bonuses to people who sacrifice others. Now, it falls down again into those three things that we lack of: communication, and also the few other things as well. Now, some of you guys asked the question is how to create good communication. Good communication is by using AIDA. What does AIDA actually stands for? A, attention. We need to create an attention of your teammates. I, interest. D, decision. A, action. Which means that before your teammate can take action, they need to decide whether they want to follow you or not. All right? In order for someone to take action, they need to decide whether they want to take the action. So the decision process. In order for someone to make a decision, you need to twerk someone's interest. In order to twerk someone's interest, first you need to catch their attention. Again, before someone can take action, we need to help them, to give options for them to see whether if they want to decide to make the decision to take the action with you and for you. Before they decide they can make a decision, you need to create an interest for them. And before you can create an interest, first of all, you need to get their attention. So if attention is important, how can you get their attention? It all falls down into the fundamental. So once again, guys, can you remember what is the main fundamental of the main pillars? The main fundamental. PET theory, right? The PED. All right. So how do you use PED? Number one, P stands for perspective. E, expectation. D, desire. All right. So let's go into how do you use the PET theory. Number one, I would encourage you guys to start to do the funneling system and do the identification process. I would like you to create your own funneling system as well, your own analyst system. Yep. If you are able to do your own analyst system, you'll be able to start your identification process. Now, some of you guys were also asking how to actually develop and how to be better leaders. And one of you were also saying, how would you know that you are actually contributing towards your team leaders? All right. Now, as leaders, if I have a team like you guys right now, you are my team. Now, what I need to identify is that there are three different key people in a team. All right. Can you guys put three keys? 3 KEYS. All right. Now, who are the three keys? There are three types of people in the team. Yeah, three types. The first person is the deliver, which means the ones that always achieve. Now, not all achievers and all not people that deliver results are leaders. Some of them, they perform really, really well in the organization, but they are not leaders because they are very, very independent, which is completely fine. They'll make really, really, really good team members to help you to grow your organization and also your team itself. But you have to identify who are your delivers as well. All right. Now, the second role that I want you to identify is the driver. Now, when I say the driver, which means that that person may not be delivering. For example, let's talk about a sales team. Yeah, that person may not be the high achiever, but that person is the one that keeps your team motivated. They are the ones that keeps your team together. They are the ones that helps to encourage the team members. So they are your drivers. They are your leaders. All right. So even though you're holding the title as the leader, you have to identify your driver in your team. That driver will help you to drive your team. And then the third type of person is the followers or the passengers, the one that follows the drivers. So if you could get your driver and your deliver to work together, those two people, or you have that one person that has that two kinds of keys, you possibly may have find your sub leader, which means that those people, when you're not around, they could help you to lead your team. All right. Now, over here, how can you actually use these 3 points? Is that I want you to implement the MIC concept, to remember the MIC concept, the MIC. Now, what is the MIC concept? Now, M stands for I would want you to focus on ways to motivate your team. I, you need to remember, it's not about just motivating, but you need to inspire them. As a leader, you need to motivate and inspire. And last but not least, one of you guys was saying, what if your culture is bad? Then it's up to you to cultivate a new culture. So remember, you're the one that is setting the first brick, but you can always tear down the brick, the whole entire structure, and to put in the new brick and lay out a new foundation as well. All right. So again, who, what, where, when, why, and how. Focus on your why. Why do you want to be a leader? Then you'll be able to identify who is your driver, who is your deliver, and who are your passengers. What do you need to do? You'll be able to identify your funnel system of where you need to actually begin. And then you'll be also able to move towards the next step. When should you actually start to actually take action? When you should actually move? When is the right timing? And then finally, you will have your answer of your how. It all starts again with your why. Now, so the next thing that I want you to do onto this one is communicate and listen. Now, it's not just about all about work, but you need to have time to communicate and listen to your peers and colleagues. If you communicate and listen, you'll be able to discover and understand about also their strength, understand different perspective. Again, it leads down towards your why. Now, I'm all focusing all towards the why because the why is very important. Yeah, from the beginning, I started with why. All right. So now I want you to imply the whole entire thing if you summarize it all up together. So guys, I'm so sorry for this session. It's really all crammed up because usually my sessions are about 3 days. I'm trying to cram it up into 2 hours just specifically for you guys right now. So try to go along with this 3DRF. All right. 3DRF method. So what does the 3D stands for? 3D, number one is direction. D, discover. And the other D is delegate. These are the 3Ds that you need to remember: direction, discover, delegate. Now, not necessarily that is the order. You can also mix around the orders as well. But this is so far the order that I have for you guys. Yeah. As I mentioned, usually it's spread out within 3 different days, but I'm cramming up within this 2 hours. So this is the structure that I've came up for you guys right now, the 3D. Now, the R stands for recognize and F, feedback, the 3DRF. So let's start with the first D, direction. Can you guys actually start to put in the comment box direction? Then we will start our first session for direction. Yeah. The first D that we'll be starting is the direction. Okay, now, what are directions? Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for recycling the energy. Now, the first direction is this. Now, if you can take a look onto this screen shows like the engine and the person adding on, which is you. All right. So Over here, the person adding all towards the engine is the leader. The whole entire engine is the team. So remember, like Simon Sinek actually said, it is not about taking charge of everything, but being the leader is about being in charge of those in your care. So once in a while, you have to actually add all onto your machine to make sure that it actually runs smoothly to actually maintain it itself. So the first step for the first D to actually discover, or for direction, sorry, the first D for the direction is that I want you to ensure that you have a clear set of mission, vision, and goals. Mission, vision, and goals. Now, it is very important when you sit down with your team to have a mission, vision, and goals. And also for your team, and also for you as a future leader or current leader right now, you need to understand one thing, yeah? That there are three different types of mission, vision, and goals. There are three different types of categories. I want you to put three categories in the comment box right now. All right, great. Now, what are the three categories? Now, the first category of your mission, vision, and goal is that there is the companies or the corporations' mission, vision, and goals. All right, that is the first category. Now, the second category you need to remember, which is different, yeah? I'll explain to you very, very different. I'll elaborate later on. The second mission and vision, there is the team mission, vision, and goal as well. And the third one is you personally as an individual, you yourself or your team members individually have their own personal mission, vision, and goals. So all these three, they may not be in line together, but they are actually in three different type of categories. Now, here's the thing. If we actually break it up all together, if we take a look at this, yeah, let's start with this person over here. This is you. Let's talk about you personally. When you are working individually in an organization, when you work solo, you yourself know your personal goal. But when you come towards a team, you need to remember it is not just about your personal goal, but about them individually itself. Your teams, individual, each of them were once upon a time just like you. They had their own individual goals. Now, in that corporation, in hierarchies, when you have much more other bigger teams, other different downlines, you have to look at different kind of goals. And your corporation is they have their own goals, which is the best overriding and overbeating onto other competitions as well. And every organization has an owner, which is you, which falls down onto personal goal again. So if we break it up and stretch it out right now, the individual goals should actually look something like that. Every time when you climb up a certain ladder, you need to remember your corporation mission, vision, and goals is not the same. It's not similar with your team goals, because your team right now, they want, for example, if you're talking about a sales team, they want to be the best competing with other teams. They do not look more towards the corporation, but then the corporation, they are looking how to outbeat the other competitions, other organizations out there. All right, so right now you need to understand, when you sit down with your team, you as a leader have to separate out these three kinds of mission and vision and goals. And I would encourage you to explain, once you've identified and acknowledged all those three kinds of mission, vision, and goals, from corporations to team to individuals, I want you to sit down with your team, get your team to share with each other. All right. So, first step is about setting a clear mission, vision, and goal. Now, the second step is that the three terms of targets with your team, don't just set for long-term target. Try to set short-term target, mid-term targets, and also long-terms. It's also very important. And also be clear with your team, what are the short-term, mid-term, and long-term. And also do not forget to get feedbacks and ideas, what are short-terms, mid-terms, and long-terms for them. You'll be pretty surprised that they themselves have different kind of ideas to help you to reach the goal. All right. And number three is knowing and calculate your investment capability. Okay, great. Now, the third one is very, very important. All right. Now, when I say investment capability, I'm not talking about financial investment capability. Anyone can take up a loan to start up a company. But when I speak about investment capability, I want you to focus one thing. Very, very important, yeah? I want you to ask yourself this. The investment capability right now that I'm talking about is how much time investment do you have to invest in your team members? The investment capability right now that I'm talking about is time investment. So I want you to put in the comment box right now as a reminder towards yourself is time, time management, time, time investment. Just put in time in the comment. All right, great. Thank you. Now we've already go towards the first D. Let's move on towards the second D, which is discover. Now, how can you do discover? All right, guys. So up next, what we are going to do is that we're going to do a very quick team activity. Yeah. Let's start with the team activity. Let's do a very, very quick team activity right now. So each time when you hear the audio, the music, you guys hear the audio music, yeah? Every time when there's an audio music, it's either we are taking a break or we are gonna do a team activity. Now let's do a very quick activity. Are you ready? If you're ready, put ready in the comment box right now. So which means that right now, if you're using your mobile phone, because mobile phone, you have to click comment and probably, the space for you to type will be actually very, very small. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of time, extra time. Okay, great. So looks like we are already on time. I'm just trying to link up with the timing delay. Yeah. All right. The first team activity that I want you to do is I want you to put in the first thing that comes into mind when you see this word Monday. How does this word make you feel? Or when you see this word, what does it make you think of? When you see the word Monday, what is it that comes into mind? Work, stressful. Work, new beginning, first day of work. Work, motivated. All right, great. Work, early. Monday blue. Monday for class day. Office time. Work, busy day. Start of the work. Ref- odd day. College day. Complete Arabic exam. First day of all right, great. All right. Now, what about this? What if y'all see this next? Friday. Day to do shopping, new beginning, new challenges. First day of excited, TGIF, holiday, freedom, fly day, back pain. I'm really amazed with all the kinds of feedback and comments you guys are giving. Party, end of the week, rest day, happy day, blessed. All right. What about if you see this next one, which is weekend? What is the first impression that comes into mind? Relax and rest. Most of you guys, when you see weekend and Friday, you guys feel it's a very, very different approach. Yeah. Most of you guys, when you put Monday, you did like, oh, Monday blues, work. I could actually feel a little bit of heavy fingers when you actually type that answers for Monday. But when it came to Friday and weekend, it was actually very, very fast. Someone seems a little bit disappointed that it's the weekend. Oh no, it's the weekend. Rest day, family time, happy day, chill on weekend, excited. Rest day, laundry day, rest day. You want to go outside? All right, great. Family day, woohoo! Wash day, family time. Okay, great. Now, what about this? When you actually see this, what's the first tasty for running? Seems comfy, comfort, winter. All right, then what about this next image? Safe walk, diet, outfit of the day, sports, shoes for walking, long trips, love eggs, luxury. So all those eggs lovers right now, giving you a high five, yeah? High fiving you virtually. Oxygen, tree for family, shade, roots, tree life, life. All right, great. What about this? Shoes for traveling, branches, oxygen. All right, great. That was for the previous image. Protection, safe walking, organization, deeply rooted. All right. What about for this image? Hot, destruction, for scary, aggressiveness, fire hot cooking, burn, fear, burning, boss, passion. All right, great. Now we have different kind of answers. I'm still gonna read onto your comments. Yeah, fire is hot and everything. Yeah, great. Now the reason why I was doing this short group exercise. All right, let me just turn off the audio for a while. All right. Now, the reason why I did this group exercise is to explain to you guys a little bit and to show you guys how the pet theory actually work. Now, right now, if you take a look onto the screen, we have about 630 plus viewers viewing live right now on Facebook. Well, all those who just recently joined in the session, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to the session. If this is more than your second time attending IGP session, welcome back. Yeah. Okay. Now, for those who actually miss out the PET theory, I touch on the PET theory implementing PET. P stands for perspective, E for expectation, D is desire. Now, this session that I just recently did is touching on the main topic on P, perspective. Yeah. Now, when we did the perspective itself, especially when I showed this shoe, it reminds me, when I saw this image, it reminds me of the story that I once came across. Yeah. And I would like to share with you guys this story. Now, there was these two different companies that actually sell shoes. Yeah. They are shoe brand organization. And this organization, they wanted to branch out to a new location. All right. So you have company A and company B. Now, company A has a representative that they are going to send to do the survey, and so does corporation B as well, company B. So both of them send their representative to do the survey, stay in that area or their village, that village area, for a good 3 days to a week, to just stay around, speak to the villagers, and to basically get their feedbacks and see how they can actually market their brand. Now, after the whole entire stay and survey, those representatives went back towards the corporation. Now, corporation A, the representative that represents corporation A, went back to the organization and to the boss to give the report. And when he went back for the meeting to give the review, the person was like, "Boss, I don't think we can actually open our business over there." Now the boss was like, "Okay, you say we can't do the business over there. Why can't we do the business over there?" "We can't do our business because in that location, nobody wears shoes. There's no need for shoes." All right. Now, on the other hand, corporate B, the representative, when gave the report, was different. Was like very excited. Boss. You know what, boss? We should start our business there as soon as possible. Start your planning, send people down, start marketing, and let's start to do business over there. The boss was, "Okay, why? Why are you so excited? We should start our business over there because there's a huge need and opportunity, because in that location, nobody wears shoes." Now, same thing, same product, two different point of view, just different perspective. Just different perspective. So again, perspective is very, very important. So I do encourage you to find out the perspective of why your colleagues or your teammates think and do why they do what they do. All right. Now everyone has something to offer. And if you dig deep enough, you'll be able to discover it. So everyone has something to offer. It just hasn't been discovered yet. So when I was speaking about your teammate could be your tool, rowing harder doesn't help you. It doesn't help if the boat is heading towards the wrong direction. So let's just say you have your team and you do not know what drives your team right now, how to drive your team. Your team is basically like the boat, and you're rowing as hard as possible. If you have the wrong tools with you, the direction could be actually wrong right now. So again, remember the 3DFR and implement PET theory, PED. Remember, it falls down into perspective. So like earlier on when I showed you this image right now and I asked what did you see, to me, I see this as the team could be your potential liability or asset, just exactly like this matches itself. This match, if your location is completely dark, it could help you to light up a light to show you the direction and the way, to give you some light. But if you do not know how to use your match properly, it could cause destruction, to create a forest fire, burn down your house or whatsoever not. Yeah. But your team right now is your greatest asset. How you use it, how you utilize, is basically the huge impact of your tool. It falls down onto you. Now, So as and when you discover, I want you to understand and observe, yeah? Understand observation. Number two, understand their skills and talent. Some of your team members have very good soft skills, some of them have very good hard skills. And do not be afraid to ask your teammates for help. It's okay for the student to become the teacher as well. You'll be able to learn something from your teammates. Like exactly right now, you guys are my team. I'm also learning something from you. All right. There's something that I'm learning from you guys, the way and how you guys are actually speaking and giving me all these questions right now. I'm also learning something right now. And every time when I do my session, I also learn something from my participants. Now identify traits, personalities, if they're extroverts, introverts, strengths and weaknesses. So how I used to get my team involved is, like, for example, morning briefing. So I will sit down with, probably I will get, okay, maybe on Tuesday I will acquire person A. I will sit down. I will have like a discussion with you. I said, okay, next meeting I want you to maybe read the minutes out or something. Like, I get them involved a little bit. Yeah. Or probably I will say, okay, person D, you have very good soft skills and you're very outgoing. Now before we start the next session, could you actually come up with an icebreaker game so that we can actually get the whole group a little bit enlightened before we start such a heavy topic as well. So if you can identify different trait secrets and personality strengths and weaknesses, you will know how to put them into different points and how to fully utilize their skills as well. Now also, on the other hand, if your corporation is big, and let's just say you're running a sales team, but maybe their skills is not in sales, and if the corporation or you allow it, probably you can also identify and see that, they are not fit maybe in your sales team, but probably in HR or administration team, or probably in the accounts department, or maybe in the IT department. If you do the funneling system and the analysis system using the PET theory and the 3DFR method, you'll be able to identify your different traits, strengths, personality, whether if they're introvert, extroverts or so. Yeah. So remember the 5W and the 1H, your 5 wives and 1 husband, the mindset. Remember, it is always falls down onto the why. Yeah. The who, what, where, when, how, and your why. Your why is actually very, very important. Focus onto your why. Now let's move on towards the next D, which is delegate. Now, again, this is very common. There's no I in team. Yeah. So I just want you to remember, if you're a leader, you are not alone. You do not have to do it yourself. The thing is this, you all need to remember is your team is a tool. If you understand the team is a tool, I want you to put TT right now. Team tool, TT. Just put TT so that you remember team tool. All right? Team tool, TT. Why your team is a tool? Because your team is just waiting for you. They do not want you to do it alone. Your team is there for a reason. They are a tool. All right. So when you use your team, I want you, when you identify the why helps. How does the help why actually helps your team? It creates a sense of ownership. All right. I want you guys to write ownership. Ownership. I want you to create sense of ownership for your team. Now, how do you actually create sense of ownership? Is this is if you have team building activities like 3 days 2 night team buildings, don't go hire for a third party outside. All right. Maybe for the first few times you could, but then give the opportunity for your teams to also run it as well. Even like for food, barbecue, like whenever there's like time, usually when I host my sessions, um I will order caterer food in, but I will not get the caterers to serve the food. I will get the team to actually serve the other teams as well. It's all about task and delegation because they need to have sense of ownership. All right. And also at the same time, if it creates sense of ownership, you know that your corporation will be able to run even though if your attention is needed somewhere. So while you're building and cultivating, you're cultivating future leaders and you're identifying future leaders itself. So create sense of ownerships. And when you create sense of ownerships, there's no need for you to start off new departments. Your team leaders will know how to create new opportunities for you. So even let's talk, for example, one of my clients previously, after they attended my session, we were speaking about ownership and everything as well. And towards the end of the day, 2 weeks later, when I went back for a review to do like a survey with them, face to face, and that person actually said it changed a little bit, so much so even for the when they had cleaners coming in, they had their colleagues wishing them good morning, good afternoon, and everything. Thank you for throwing my rubbish. When some people, they see rubbish on the floor, they know how to pick it up and put it into the bin. Well, previously everyone, when they come in, my space is just my space, but right now they are literally treating their organization just as them as well. Yeah, so creating ownership is very, very important. It helps you to create more opportunities, not just for you, but also for your peers as well. Now, the third one is also recognize. Now, what I want you to do right now is recognize and acknowledge recognition. This is actually very, very important. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we are very, very close towards the end. What I want you to do is that pay attention onto this video. I'll let you to actually watch this video, and it explains more towards this topic on recognition. Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. I'll restart the video again. All right. So yes, that was the video. Yeah. So now, what does it actually mean in this video? As I mentioned, is to build skills of acknowledgement and recognition. So especially towards earlier on, there was an individual. My apologies, I forgot who was it that actually typed it in. If you can actually remember your question, the one that actually the person that actually said, how can you actually contribute um, to your leader? If I'm not mistaken, the question was something like that. It is basically like even the small things that you do. For example, even in that video, that person is just the night watch person, or probably like the security of that person. Those little small things that that person actually does helps to create the environment for it, and that help the company to actually grow. So even the small minute things that you do could play a very huge role and impact for the organization. Yep, that's what I'm also trying to mention over here. So every role in your team plays an important role. Now, a lot of people, they have taken advantage, especially for administration team. The admin team is one of the roots and the core for the company, because it helps. They don't just do paperwork or anything, but they help the company to roll as well. Now, also, for example, a lot of people, they think like, if I climb up the corporation ladder, now only I'll be essential towards the organization. Now during this pandemic, I'm just gonna put also like a little bit of example. During the pandemic wise, a lot of people, they lost jobs. Yeah. And towards their realization is probably their job or their work is not as essential as what they actually thought initially it was. So who were the essential ones? Like locally over here, a lot of government servants, such as like the uh, we call them the government servants that helps us with the cleanliness. For they help us with like the truck drivers, and even a lot of people, they used to look at like Grab riders or Uber drivers or delivery people as one of the lowest essential previously, and that became one of the highest job demand right now. So remember, every single role, even though you think it is the lowest role in an organization, they still play a huge role in an organization. All right. So now over here, the last one is do not wait to celebrate big winnings, even the small ones. So I want you to remember is you don't have to wait as a leader, you don't have to wait to celebrate like huge group team winnings. Even though if there's a small achievement, do not forget the small achievement as well. All right. So identify everyone's effort and learn to recognize. Last but not least, the final one is actually feedback. It's actually very crucial. Create a comfortable environment, do an open door policy. Remember, create a safe space and practice empathy. You need to be approachable, reachable, and most importantly, be present. Remember, earlier on, I was mentioning about investment. It's not about financial investment, but it is your investment, which is your time investment. So when they come to you, especially when you have an open door policy, do not forget this quote. Yeah, most people do not listen with the intention to understand, they listen with the intention to reply. Most people do not listen with the intention to understand, but they only have the intention to reply. And that's what most leaders or bosses actually do. So over here, be open to constructive criticism. Sometimes what you think that needed to be done is not what needs to be done. So there could be a different alternative. Listen to your surroundings, because again, your team is a tool. Because you need to remember one thing. Every time when someone leaves an organization, a lot of people ask why, but then they fail to understand. It is not just about taking care of an individual's physical health, but also that person's mental health as well. Both health aspect of physical and mental, it is very, very important. because when especially physically they look okay, but mentally they may feel exactly this way inside them. They feel very trapped. So when they face this, the main reason why people actually leave your organization, people do not leave an organization because of the job or because of the income. They leave is because of the person. More importantly, the person that they are actually under. And what is the main downfall is the personal ego and pride. So I want to also advise, as you are a leader, it is okay to get your hands dirty sometimes. So don't just leave all the work towards your employees or team, but sometimes, get involved. Show them that you're also present, be involved as well. Get your hands dirty once in a while. It's completely fine. So remember this quote: leadership is not about being in charge, but leadership is about taking care of those in charge. So once again, before I end this session, um, the next time when I do this in another live, and if I was invited back with IGP, I would throw this out question again. And remember, this question is very, very powerful towards me, and I think it will also help you if you're gonna be also a leader as well, to also use this question. Throw out this question next time: is how can I help? All right. So remember, I have four pillars and also the foundation, which I haven't really covered today. I'm only focusing onto one pillar, and I've squeezed 3 days into 2 hours. Hopefully, I managed to get the questions off, and I hope the this session wasn't too heavy for you guys. Yeah. So thank you so much for this session, and I will pass back towards the organizers. All right. So did I do it in time, or it's a little bit out of?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Daniel.
Most welcome. Thank you.
There was so much energy. It was incredible. Thank you again for your amazing presentation. I hope it will be easier for all of us to how to uh, build team with more effectively.
Hi. So organizers, just a very quick question, because for those who have any questions, they can still put in the questions, or are we running out of time? My apologies. I just realized that we just hit the 2 hour mark of the intended time. Are we able to answer any questions, if there's any questions or so?
Dear audience, if you have any questions, please write down in the comment box.
First of all, I would like to thank IGP for the opportunity. I hope that this session is engaging, and you guys actually managed to get something out of this whole squeeze into 2 hour session for everyone. So,
Thank you
and
so
also
much.
thank you. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for all the recycling energy, especially to all the participants. I really, really enjoy the energy that everyone is actually providing.
Okay, I think there are no more questions.
Oh wait, sorry. There is a few. I saw that there is a little bit of questions.
Okay.
What kind of leader would you prefer? A book smart leader or a street smart leader? Please elaborate. This is from Nolin at 11:04 p.m. Yeah. Oh, there is a three-part question. What kind of leader? That is actually a very, very interesting question. I think it works for a little bit of both, especially if, to me, if you're starting off a organization, I always like to look for partners. I was last time when I wanted to start off within my own organization, I said if I want to have partners, I would like to have at least about, including me, 3 or 4 partners. and all has to be different categories from book smart to also street smart. All right, book smart and street smart, because it will give a little bit of a balance of one will look more different perspective. Some people that are book smart, they'll look at all the errors that possibly could actually happen, or all the possibilities could actually happen. So I need a little bit of a balance of rejection and optimism. So it really actually depends. It's not about book smart or street smart, but it's also down towards character. In your opinion, as a leader, how can you play a part in changing organization, customize system that depriving employees low level position? I think it's down towards creating a culture. Creating, I think culture is actually very, very important. So remember, if the culture it is not what you actually want, try to work your way up and to establish a new culture. But there again, the title itself is only a title. You may not actually get the title, but if you are able to produce results in your organization and get people to actually follow you and to believe in your system and what you actually believe in, especially in your why, then I believe you can actually create a new culture on your own, especially those who have the same mindset and concept together with you. Uh, yes, early on you did post also another question, yeah?
So there's a question: when will you come again?
When would IGP would like to invite me back again?
We'd love to see you again.
Uh, I would love for to be back again, and I hope everyone actually returns back, especially for the next session. I saw the next topic is actually very, very interesting as well. And IGP, thank you so much for having me back. Yeah, I think there are some people that are asking about the certificate, which I think you guys will be briefing again later on. Is there any other questions for me or repeated questions? My
Actually,
apologies because yeah.
I'm unable to read because there are so many comments that I couldn't read any of that.
Yes. Apologies again to all participants. If you have any questions, please repost them back onto the group chat. We'll try to answer, but time is also running a little bit short, so try to put down your questions all again. All right. Feedback link form. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you everyone for your participation and also your energy. I really do enjoy yourself. So yeah, to answer this question, when will I be back again? So as long as IGP has a platform and open doors, then probably yes. I would love to be back. So just do me a favor if I'm back again, and if you guys are back, I hope that you guys don't address me as sir. Again, let's keep this very smart casual. So just address me as Daniel or Danny will do. Joke question: why do you wear a hat indoors? Or um, I have the a very good question. I have the what do you call this? The pandemic hair. So running towards the saloon or barber is not really advisable at the moment. So to try to look at the professional and smart characters for you guys. So a cap, a little bit of a coat. Yeah, I hope that answers your question though.
Okay, dear audience, we will try to answer that later. I think Mr. Daniel would be answer that question, and I think we are running out of time, so we have to wrap up today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment, for your presence. Thank you so much. Thanks to Mr. Daniel and thanks to our audience. Our next webinar will be held on understanding human behavior. Hope to see you all there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone. So yeah, if I believe if anyone has any question or so, and if you would like me to answer directly, you can also PM me or DM me into my Facebook page. It's a newly set up page itself. Yep, if it's actually possible. So yeah, thank you, IGP though.